In this episode of Garage Time, we're working on the Supra again. This has been my daily driver for I think about 2 years. I split my time between this and that silver cabriolet. And there's always something to fix on an old car. This time it has to do with the door panel. It's really annoying because this map pocket is floppy. It has an elastic feature that is completely timed out. And then this is an eyesore as well. This is the door pull, or to unlock the door. And no matter what I do, it always has this really chalky, faded appearance to it. And I've tried a couple different chemicals, UV protectants. It just keeps coming back to this chalky look. So I think I'm gonna ultimately paint it just to make sure that it kind of stays consistent. These parts are not available new, just like almost anything on this car is really hard to get parts for. Not an approved repair method. Even though I don't stuff maps in there anymore, basically every time I get in or out, I catch my foot on it or the passenger gets their foot on it. Both sides are the same, so I'm gonna remove that wire and fix it correctly. People have tried in the past Velcro and all this extra glue. We gotta try to get that off of there. This appears to be the original elastic strap, and it's sort of a brown or black. Does have some vinyl here that kind of prevents it from overextending or breaking down. But what I'm afraid of is if I don't fix this, it's just going to get torn off and I'm going to have a bigger problem. I think the only way to fix this correctly is to take the door panel off so we can tie these back behind there like it's supposed to be. Probably right through that little hole right there. That's where it should attach. The bezel looks nice. A little bit of cracking on that one. I think that's it for the screws. I've never done this before, but I'm gonna lay down and look for some clips because I think we gotta pop some clips off the bottom. 4, 5, 6 clips on the bottom. Definitely have to be careful of the wiring for the switch for the windows, but it feels like it's mostly free. There we go. Let's undo this connector. All right, that's it for the door panel. That's nice. And it's good to see that this is all still intact. It's kind of interesting. It has a molded shape to it. So it's not just a flat piece like most door cards. It has a little bit of design to it, which is cool. This is the problem. So this is the elastic strap and it's well stapled here. It goes through these 2 holes, but both sides are broken. There's 1 and then there's 2. So if we tip it, there's one of the holes and then the other hole is right back there. So we just need to replace that strap. Here's the replacement strap that I got. I just got this stuff on eBay. It is about the same dimensions, but the color is slightly different. This is pure black versus this is like brown or burgundy. I'm not gonna sweat those details. I just wanna get it to work again. And like I said, you'll rarely see this strap. I guess the big question is, how do we secure it to this door card? Because if I staple it, it could go through the carpet on the back side and there's no way to collapse the staple. So this needs to be joined on there somehow. Here's the previous repair attempt with this gooey Velcro, which clearly, that's not gonna work. Luckily, none of the color is coming off with the alcohol, so I think we're gonna be able to undo this repair, luckily. I also found some good old duct tape. You know, nice try. Maybe we can use the old coat hanger to push the new elastic in. So I'm gonna tape it on like so and hopefully push it through that door pocket. It's just masking tape though. I mean, I have duct tape, don't get me wrong. There we go, just like that. We got it through. Okay, so we're through on both sides there. This is just an office stapler, and I'm gonna staple it to itself and see how secure this is. Because if that works, I'll show you what my idea is. I think that's totally fine to staple it to itself. It's not gonna come apart. As long as it pulls this way, it won't tear it. So instead of going down this way, I'm gonna go up to this hole and I'm gonna loop it through until it goes again on itself, and I'm just gonna staple it to itself as opposed to stapling it to the fiberboard. I'm pretty sure there's a path to that next hole. Okay, take that back. This is all glued down pretty tight because that's the transition here. This is all tightly glued and it gets clamped with the screws. So that part is difficult to get through, but I can fish this way. So I think I'll loop it through this hole, back through here, and then tie it to itself. I think that's the trick. So I need to tape this back on here and find a way to fish that through. So that's what I did, is use that hole, that pre-existing hole. That was the old method, this is the new method. It's stapled to itself. So now you can see it just barely peeking through. And of course it's not tensioned yet because this side's not done. But when we pull this side tight, we can adjust this tension and get it to the right amount of tension so the pocket stays closed. I thought about weaving this underneath here and tying it in that way, but this strap, as you can tell, is completely toast. So the existing staples probably aren't going to do me any good. This strap is not working at all. So at this point, I either go a short path to here or potentially a longer path over to here. Here's a quick test with the tension, and that's plenty. Yeah, I was able to get 3 more staples up here at the top. So even though this is where the tension's created, I think it's fine. So we'll pull some of these old staples out that I damaged, and then we're ready to go back. Not much water damage in this car. This was a Texas car, so luckily it's in good shape. Make sure it's impossible to dislodge those staples, but I think we're done with that. Good job. So next thing while we're here is to remove this faded handle. So it looks like there's 3 bolts here. We cut that foam with a razor blade so we don't rip it all off. I'm pretty sure I'm the first one in, 40 years, this car's an 85, to pull this door panel apart because this foam is glued on to the top of the screw heads. So I'm just gonna, as carefully as possible, not cause any more damage. See how the glue is just right on the screw head there? So this is what I want to try to fix once and for all. So I'm going to try to repaint this guy and make it permanent, or at least last a little bit longer than those chemicals that bring it back for like a day and then it turns hazy again. The interesting thing with this is that, this piece faded and this piece did not. Probably the same contact, with hands and sunlight. So I don't know why one plastic was better than the other. And the color of these is slightly different. This one is more of a maroon. This one's more of a brown. So, even looking at the backs. This gray Scotch-Brite is about equivalent to 600 grit. So we'll just take the shine off of whatever's left of this. So now I'm going to hit it with some of this Duplicolor automotive adhesion promoter. I did clean it with wax and grease remover. I've been careful not to touch it with my hands. But this is going to give it just that little extra bite. I ran out of gloves. Normally I'd have gloves on, but just ran out. So this is the SEM 15063 Burgundy. Let's see how it looks. All right, never mind. I didn't like the color. I basically picked the wrong color. This was basically a dark brown, not really a burgundy. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to make out the texture, but it is by far better. This is still enamel paint, but it's shot with a much higher pressure, so it levels out a little bit easier. Before it was too red, now it's a little too brown, but it's going to be as close as possible as I can get. Here's the two together, so I think it's better than it was before. If I had another pass at it, it'd probably get it closer, but I need to get this back assembled. There it is without my bright light shining on it. I think the color match is so-so, but I do think it's better than the old chalky appearance. This is not too hard to touch up. If I need to, get the more correct color, I can. But for now, I just think it looks better. A lot of the plastic in these cars kind of age over time, and They all tend to be a little different. Like, I don't know. There's a lot of color mismatches going on. It's mostly kind of brown, kind of burgundy. Here's the driver's side, and the color on this isn't an exact match either. These two pieces, even though I don't think this has been painted, it just has a slightly different hue to it. So I think from a distance, looking at that side, it's fine. Looking at this side, it's probably equivalent, but left and right aren't exactly the same. It just, you know, it's an old car. This is what I've been dealing with, is like this sharp thing sticking out. It's even worse on the driver's side because you need to get to the clutch and everything. Really happy with the door pocket though. It snaps back really nice. So try not to overstretch it by stuffing things in there, but yeah, it's back to normal. There's still a little bit of glue residue in there. I need to, you know, maybe get something a little stronger than isopropyl alcohol, or maybe just some vinyl dye to kind of get rid of the last little bit of residue. So that's how to fix repairs that were done with basically coat hangers, duct tape, practically bubble gum. It was like a foam type of glue, super glue, Velcro. None of that stuff worked, but the original elastic material solved the problem. So thank you guys for joining me and giving this Supra just a little bit of extra love that it needs. It's been a really good car.